The classical approach to human rights and freedoms, according to what you've just said, Minister, is the duty to respect, is the duty to protect, it is the duty to fulfill. Now, if this is a microcosm of what we have in this society, the reason why deliberately I ask the politicians to be on each other's end shows how we have majored on politics and not on the issues. My mother, my widowed mother, wouldn't care who is in parliament and who is in State House. If her rights to have food, to have shelter, to have health, to be protected, she wouldn't care. But today what we saw was another contestation by politicians, drowning the very issues that we came here to discuss. Because we are not doing justice to the common man in the street. If politicians come when we want to deal with the issues on the ground and they find this as a campaign platform, it is not doing the citizens a favor. What we need to highlight is the issues that are worrying and bothering everybody else. So there is a place to remove the toxicity so we can have respectful conversations. There is a place where we remove our differences for the common good of all Zimbabweans here. There is a place to find one another. There is also a place to differ with respect. We are Zimbabweans. We must build confidence around ourselves first. We must embrace one another first, and still differ, but with respect and honor. We must share our vision. We must share our values. But we must also agree on the vehicles that will help us to have a proper binding social contract. Today was a clear example of how we are so far apart and contesting on non-issues when people are dying in our hospitals, when we have no water, when we have no electricity, when the basic rights are eroded every day. What we need to do is engage on issues rather than on personalities. There is a place for us to do that, Honorable Minister, where we can come together. And I am begging you that you would come back, and we will have to do this in a different format. To our leaders who are in the political frame, we are begging you to change the discourse to focus on the livelihoods and the rights and freedoms of the common man in the street, who might not enjoy the platform we have had tonight. This is an appeal, and I hope that we can take it seriously. And I appeal to the organizers that we have to reset and reboot this again at some point. Certainly we could have done better, but this is the process of finding one another. Sometimes we start by screaming at each other, but eventually we realize that screaming is not improving the situation. We now have to find one another so that the nation can be a better nation, and that Zimbabwe will be great again, for the better of every citizen and everyone who aspires good for it. God bless you.